The key slips from my fingers and clinks against the granite countertop, spinning once before settling beside the closing papers. 48 hours ago, this was my house, 3 bedrooms, wraparound porch, the one I'd saved for since college. Now the realtor's email stares back. Congratulations on 1427 Oak Ridge Lane. 48 photos attached. 48 smiles I don't recognize. My parents, my sister Claire, her husband Mark, their 3 kids, Sally Jonah, and baby Sejal, posed on my porch like they've lived here for years. The caption beneath the family photo reads, "Home sweet home, finally room for everyone." I count the faces, 8, everyone except me. My phone buzzes on the counter. Mom's name flashes. I answer before the second ring. "Honey, did you see the pictures? We surprised Claire early." Her voice bubbles like champagne. The kids are already picking bedrooms. My throat closes. "Mom, I close tomorrow. My name is on the deed." Silence. Then a nervous laugh. "Oh, that your father handled the paperwork. Claire needed it, more she's got the grandkids." The line clicks dead. I stare at the key. My key. The one the realtor handed me yesterday with a smile and a bottle of Prosecco, still chilling in my fridge. I drive to Oak Ridge Lane on autopilot. The for sale sign is gone. In its place, a hand-painted banner stretched across the porch, Rails welcome home, Claire and family. Pink balloons bob in the breeze. Through the bay window, I see Ellie chasing the dog across my hardwood floors. My floors. I park at the curb and walk up the flagstone path I chose myself. Mom answers the door in an apron that says "World's Best Grandma." Her smile falters. "Lila, what are you doing here?" Dad appears behind her, holding a measuring tape. "We're figuring out where the bunk beds go." Claire waves from the kitchen island. My kitchen island stirring something that smells like cinnamon. "Surprise," she sings. "Mom said you'd be thrilled to help us settle in." I step inside. The air smells of fresh paint and betrayal. This is my house. My voice cracks on the last word. Claire rolls her eyes. "You live in a 1-bedroom downtown. We need space." Dad clears his throat. "Technically, it's in the family trust now. We transferred title this morning." My knees buckle. I grip the doorframe. I have the purchase agreement, earnest money. Inspection report. Mom pats my arm. "We'll reimburse you, sweetie." Claire's family comes first. Mark appears with a toolbox. "We're turning the 3rd bedroom into a playroom. The kids need it." Jonah tugs my sleeve. "Aunt Leela, can we paint the walls blue?" I stare at his sticky fingers. "This isn't your house." That night, I sit cross-legged on my apartment floor surrounded by documents. Bank statements show $42,000 wired from my savings. The deed record search reveals the switch. Yesterday at 2:17 p.m. While I was in a client meeting, my parents signed over the property to Claire for $1. $1? I screenshot everything. The realtor texts, "So sorry, family override clause activated." Clause? I never saw a clause. I scrolled through the original contract. Page 14. Fine print. In event of family trust activation, seller retains right to redirect. My signature sits beneath it like a confession. The next morning, I march into the title company. The clerk's eyes widen at my folder. "This is fraud," I say. She disappears into the back. 10 minutes later, the manager emerges. "Your parents added a survivorship clause last year. They own the underlying trust." My stomach drops. "I paid cash?" She winces. "Cash to the trust, not the property. Legally, it's theirs to redirect." I leave with copies stamped received and a headache that pulses behind my eyes. Outside, Mrs. Chen from next door waves. "Saw the banner. Thought you were moving in?" I force a smile. Change of plans. Claire texts a photo. The kids jumping on my porch swing. Caption, "Dream house goals." I forward it to my lawyer, Jenna, who replies instantly. "Meet me at the courthouse. We're filing list pendants today." By noon, the notice clouds the title. Claire's realtor calls in, a panic open house canceled. Mom leaves voicemails that escalate from confusion to fury. "You're ruining your sister's dream." Dad threatens to sue for slander. I stop answering. Instead, I open a group chat with Isla, Thomas, and Mateo. Emergency meeting. My apartment. Bring wine. They arrive within the hour. Isla brings Thai. Thomas hauls air mattresses. Mateo sketches floor plans on butcher paper. "We're throwing you a housewarming," Isla declares. Empty house. Full hearts. We order pizza, stream music, christen the echoey rooms with laughter. Someone hangs fairy lights in the barren living room. Another tapes a sign to the fridge, "Leela's house, no trespassers, except chosen family." At midnight, we toast with Prosecco from my fridge. 2 keys that open the right doors. Thomas says, I clink my glass against the blue oak leaf key. 2 doors that stay locked when they should. 2 days later, the locksmith arrives at Oak Ridge Lane. I watch from my car as he changes every lock. Claire pounds on the door, kids crying behind her. This is our home. The sheriff's deputy arrives, neutral face, clipboard in hand. Ma'am, title's in dispute. No one enters till court. Claire's husband loads the minivan with suitcases. Mom stands on the lawn, clutching a houseplant like a hostage. Ellie waves through the window. Aunt Leela, why can't we stay? My heart twists, but I don't answer. The deputy hands me a copy of the temporary restraining order. No contact till hearing. That evening, my friends descend again. We camp in the empty house, sleeping bags on hardwood, takeout containers as centerpieces. Mateo strings fairy lights across the ceiling. Isla photographs everything. This is your origin story, she says. Thomas brings a Bluetooth speaker. We dance in sock feet to songs Claire would hate. At 2 a.m., we christen the porch swing with a bottle of cheap champagne. To reclaiming what's yours, Isla toasts. I swing higher, the chains creaking like laughter. Court date, 3 weeks. Jenna files for quiet title, fraudulent transfer, emotional distress. Discovery reveals emails from mom to Claire. Lila won't notice till it's done. Bank records show my $42,000 rerouted to Claire's renovation fund, new custom bunk beds, a playroom mural of unicorns. The judge, a woman with still gray hair, raises an eyebrow at the $1 deed. Counsel, explain. My parents' attorney stammers. Claire cries on the stand. We just wanted space for the kids. The judge's gavel falls like punctuation. Title reverts to plaintiff. Defendants repay $42,000 plus interest and court costs. Case closed. Claire's face crumpled. Mom reaches for Dad's hand. I feel nothing. I move in on a Friday in June. The porch swing creaks under my weight. Mine now, legally and finally. Neighbors I've never met drop by with casseroles. Mrs. Chen brings homemade kimchi. Heard what happened? She says. Welcome home. Mr. Patel from across the street offers to mow the lawn. Family's what you make it, he says, nodding toward the empty driveway where Claire's minivan once sat. I hang the blue oak leaf key on a hook by the door. It catches sunlight like a promise kept. 7 weeks later, the housewarming photos hit 120,000 likes. A lifestyle blog features the empty to eclectic transformation, thrifted furniture, gallery wall of friend portraits, kitchen island scarred from pizza nights. Comments flood in. This is what chosen family looks like. Claire texts, saw the article. Happy for you. No apology. I don't reply. Instead, I frame the blog post and hang it above the fireplace. The unicorn mural in the third bedroom becomes a chalkboard wall. Ellie's name is erased with a single swipe. 1 year in, the oak tree in the backyard shades a picnic table where 10 of us gather every Sunday. Mateo grills Issa photographs. Thomas brings wine. The kids, my friends' kids, chase fireflies while we toast with mismatched glasses. My business has tripled. Clients love the authentic space vibe of my home office. The blue oak leaf key hangs beside a framed photo, all of us laughing, fairy lights blurred behind us. The Prosecco bottle, now a vase, holds wildflowers from Mrs. Chen's garden. Mom single quotes up one afternoon. She stands at the curb clutching a potted hydrangea. I meet her on the porch. I was wrong, she says, voice small. Can we start over? I take the plant, set it on the swing. You can visit, but the house is mine. The family inside is mine. She nods, eyes wet. As she drives away, I water the hydrangea, watching petals unfurl in the summer light. Claire's minivan passes slowly. Ellie waves from the back seat. I wave back, then turn inside. The key gleams on its hook, catching sunlight like a promise kept. The chalkboard wall in the third bedroom now reads, "Dreams belong to those who build them." What would you do? Hold the door open for those who tried to lock you out? Or build a home where love doesn't require a deed to prove it belongs?